I see. Thank you very much. And just a small question to sum up a little bit, because now, well, after I understand what is happening a little bit with Assange, with Zelensky, now in Europe and West, Zelensky is considered to be a hero. He's promoted like everywhere. Assange, he's almost disappeared from the Western medias. They are trying maybe to cancel Assange, like he didn't exist. Still, people try not to talk about him a lot, not to draw attention in the West. And to your mind, what is happening to the West globally? I mean, are people interested in truth? Are people interested in real investigations, real journalism, real understanding of what is happening? Or the world and the West and the world maybe also, everything becomes like the marketing. People are obsessed with the marketing, like the brand, like Zelensky brand, Ukraine brand, but not the truth. What do you think about it?
Well, perhaps I would differ a little bit of your perception of situation in the world. I do not really believe that people would easily accept the situation as it is. I think it's the contrary, actually. I think that people is more and more demanding truth, is more and more criticizing this established media, is more expressing their enormous appetite for truth and for facts, etc. Perhaps the changing in the ownership of Twitter has done something in favor of what I'm talking, because now you have no censorship in terms of presenting your opinion, even if that is not go along with or is not favoring Zelensky and the proxy war maintained by NATO in Ukraine. You have more space to express those opinions. We have on one hand an increasing appetite, as you call it, for the truth from the part of the public, But on the other hand, correlated to that, we have also an increasing limitation from the part of media to manage this critical thinking or this opinions for truth from the part of the public. We have things that were absolutely out of the questions just for 5 years ago, not to mention 10 years ago. The fact that the European Union, also other countries, belonging to the sphere of influence of the United States, have forbidden their public to listen at the Russian media, to watch RT or read cable from Sputnik. That was absolutely out of possibilities, in, let's say 5-10 years ago. But now they are doing that, and actually that is totally illegal from the point of view of the international law. One main instrument of international law, I might say, one main chart, like a constitution, of the international law, is the Declaration of Human Rights of the United Nations, signed by a number of countries, including all the countries in the European Union, all the countries in Latin America, I believe, etc., etc. Expressly, it is stated that among the human rights any individual has, it is that one of reading, news or watching news or knowing the opinions of others, giving their opinion to others, regardless of frontiers. Understand? Regardless of frontiers means that no one can criticize me because I am giving you an interview which is going to be published in Russia. But I will absolutely criticize in Sweden because of this interview. Because I am giving an interview to the Russians. So that was unthinkable for 5 years ago. But now it's the bread of every day. And that goes against fundamental principles, written principles, now signed by all these countries. Is one example. Another example, European Union has approved as legislation from August this year. Is also censoring in one way or the other opinions that people might have, which is not going along with what the European Union leaders, the cupola, has imposed to these countries. And there you have that those guidelines, those geopolitical guidelines from that cupola, has been implemented by people that never have been elected. are not being participated in the election of Mr. Borrell, so-called foreign minister of the European Union. are not being engaged in any vote, in any campaign for or against the election of Madame Ursula von der Leyen as head of the European Union. They are not elected people. They are not elected people by the people of the European Union. So we have that these commissions are approving a number of laws that are attempting against the democratic rule in our countries. Because of all these demands, from the part of those in power, people, because the access of the internet, which still have some kind of possibility offering to the people, they are more alert. They have the right, and they start to discover that it's their right to demand the authorities to liberate, to make more accessible the information coming from all networks independently, if they favor or not the NATO alliance.